Celebrity Jet. Okay. The Grapevine 981 is now live and you're welcome to join us. Welcome to Smooth Breakfast. If you're joining us for the first time, every Thursday as well as Tuesday from 8:15 till 8:45, it's all about entertainment, juicy gossips. Don't tell anyone I say that. And you're welcome to be a part of the conversation. We talk about the entertainment industry, but local and global. And you're welcome on WhatsApp 0809 444 0981. You can also join us on YouTube where we're live at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. You'll see the faces of the gentlemen who are my analysts this morning and welcoming them, starting with the man from Edo State. Welcome, Oris. Good morning.
Morning, Sean, and good morning, Lagos. Well, and good morning to anyone and wherever they might be at the moment. Yes.
And I just realized I don't know where James Silas is from, but the one and the only James Silas.
Good morning, Lagos. Good morning, everybody. Seun, since we want to introduce ourselves based on our ethnicity, our state of origin. Good morning, Seun from Ogun State.
You're from Ogun State?
He's a liar, man. James is a liar. Okay.
I said Seun from Ogun State. I did not say myself.
I'm not from Ogun State.
Okay, from Ekiti, Ondo State.
Where are you from, James Silas?
Nigeria.
Exactly. I'm from Nigeria as well.
Congratulations to us.
Exactly. Welcome, and it's a pleasure to have you join us again. Thank you for being here. And Saint Faja comes on WhatsApp to say, good morning, Edo man. The energy is low. Really? Pluto man. Okay, then. James Silas from Pluto. Oh, no. Well, yes, the only reason why... The only reason why I called Oris from Edo is because I found out that he's from Edo State on the show. And since then, it's stuck somehow. I think it was on Film Focus. All right, so let's dive right into what's happening in the world of entertainment. And there will be some things on social media. I'm going to start with this one. Opeyemi Famakin, who is a popular and sometimes controversial food critic, has called out female content creators for what? For taking excessive pictures in restaurants. He says, Lagos restaurants are tired of you. And in my mind, I pictured it as him saying, Lagos restaurants are tired of you. Stop it. So, who wants to start? James Silas?
Yeah, okay. So first of all, I think as much as social media is an open field for anybody to air their opinion, but one of the things I always also say is, like, people need to learn to mind their businesses as well. Like, mind your business. Even if social media is a free for all, talking ground, but it's also important to mind your business. And this is not saying it in any way disrespectful. The truth is that everybody has a right. If you go to a restaurant, if you go and eat in a restaurant, you decide to take a picture to keep memories or whatever to share on your social media page. So be it. I don't think the problem. I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think the restaurants are complaining. Do you understand? Because sometimes you get to discover personally, there are some pictures or images I've seen on social media that just sort of attract me to want to go to certain places. And I think that it's okay. And sometimes some of them might be maybe marketing or influencing for whoever they are influencing. I mean, the restaurants or whoever, or the outlets that they might find themselves. But it's not for anybody to come and say, we are tired of you people taking pictures. And who says it's just the ladies that take pictures? Do you understand? I've seen guys that post pictures of themselves at restaurants or, just to talk about a place that they discovered. So I don't think it should be a problem. And, excuse me.
Sorry.
I don't think it's a problem. I think that, what's his name? Famakin. He's who you said actually truly it can be very, very controversial. And I think that sometimes if some people who are like that are not getting attention, nobody's talking about them, or nobody's, they just sort of look for something to stir up the polity and boom. That's what we're talking about him right now. So I just think that people should mind their business, really.
I'll read out this part and then take your word on it, Oris. He said, if you like, call it a gender war, but someone needs to call out these people who go to restaurants and take pictures. Taking pictures is not bad. As a food critic, when I go to restaurants, I'll usually ask for the manager and introduce myself, and then ask if I can make videos. I only take pictures on my table. But when you go around the restaurant and other people show in our pictures, that's where there's an issue. Oris?
Oh, I see. So he apparently has some privacy concerns as well. Okay, so in that case, maybe I guess the headline was a little misleading then. But I think he has a point, James. If he's saying that, look, do what you need to do, but I'm not sure I want to be involved in it. You know how many people, how many wives have caught their husbands hanging out with another woman because of stuff like this?
Oris, there you go again. Wow.
Oh,
Perspective.
Oris always dropping the gems.
POV.
When you think about it,
They're doing the Lord's work.
it's not quite. Yes, it's not quite great, to have these indiscretions publicized to the public in that manner. You want to be aware that what you are doing is just between you and whoever it is you're with. But then somebody now comes and now takes a video, whatever of you, and then you cannot deny anymore because there you are. So yeah, so in regard, so when we consider the privacy concerns, I see where the man is going to. I do respect what James has said, which is like, mind your business. If they're doing their thing, they're doing their thing. But yes, I think there's a bit of an issue if I am showing up in your video in a way that I'm not sure that I want my people back home to know that.
Your wife to see. I understand.
I know Lagos. Lagos is a very what's it called now? Lagos is almost a modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. So I
Wow.
imagine that there's a lot of things that people do not want to be out there in public. So these videos, these cameras, the ubiquity of cameras are a threat to, in one regard, the livelihoods of some ladies or some people or some men. In the other way, it's also a threat to the modern Nigerian society, to the modern Nigerian family. Sorry, so we need to think about that when we go around taking videos, and that's it for me.
Okay, join the conversation. WhatsApp 0809-444-0981. And you can decide to be on YouTube at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. That's the handle. St. Faja says, I paid to come to your restaurant, so why wouldn't I take pictures? You can take pictures, just to make sure that you are mindful of the privacy of other people. And Esquire on WhatsApp says, keyword, excessive. Excessive picture taking is annoying. But who determines what's excessive, Esquire?
Exactly. Yeah, good question.
Then Taya from Aja says, I had to park my Lambo with high mileage to be at the Grapevine. Opeyemi most times critique, but today controversial. Oris protecting the true client of Opeyemi's think piece. All right, let's move on now to this one coming from the chief sacrificial man, Kanayo O Kanayo, who says, or who has weighed in on the ongoing debate surrounding the bride price culture in Imbese, Imo State. And that comes after a viral video in which a young man claimed he was asked to pay 1 million naira as bride price. Now, Kanayo says the allegation or whatever claims in the video is exaggerated, and that's not true. And he said a number of things that includes saying that it depends on the family you're marrying into and whatnot. Do you have anything to say on that, James?
Yeah, I think it's very, 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 very right what he has said. Now I don't know if the person exaggerated it. You understand? I mean, it depends. That particular video unique to that person that posted it. You understand? Even not just from the Igbo tradition, but there's always been that whole talk about the Igbo tradition or the Igbo people, in quotes, having that their bride prices and all those their marriage or ritual, whatever they ask them to bring, are always very, very high. But the truth is that coming from somebody who has gone through that process before, they put all of those things, but it does not mean that, oh, they want you to bring that actual amount sometimes it's just for the banter and for the fun of tradition. Sometimes they tell you that your bride price is 10 million. But if you come there, maybe at the end of the day, the whole banter and the conversation and everything, you just realize that the person maybe will probably end up paying maybe 10,000, maybe even if you come with that 1 million, sometimes the father of that lady or the bride will remove maybe 100 naira and give the rest back to the man. So it's not really about the price that they put on it. So I don't think so. I agree that it can be exaggerated. It may not be as serious as whoever has presented that story, has done. So yeah, I mean that's what I have to say basically. I don't think it's that deep. And by the way, I'm Igbo actually.
I was going to say that
Okay.
yes, that your impassioned defense has already given out.
Yeah, but
Has
so the
already
funny
told
thing
us
is about I didn't marry an Igbo,
where
and my
exactly
wife
you
is
are
not
from.
Igbo. Do you understand? So you see, it's
And
still
but you see your people now, and we are Nigerians. Don't worry,
it's
we
not my
understand what's
people.
happening here.
It's not my people.
Anyway,
I'm just saying.
Even though Oris
um,
cannot relate, but let's hear his thoughts.
cannot relate to what exactly?
Thank you.
What
Go,
can I not
go on,
relate
go on,
to, Sean?
go,
Go ahead,
go.
go ahead,
Have you
Oris.
ever paid?
Don't
Have you
worry.
ever paid bride price?
Oh, that's what you mean. Oh,
Has he even
oh,
proposed? You said
oh,
you're dropping the bride price. Do you have a girlfriend?
oh. Do you have a girlfriend? But you will never know now, since of course since the
Yeah.
parent is complaining that
Until somebody
these
takes a
videos are ruining
picture.
my life. The videos people taking are ruining my life. So that's the problem. Anyway, that's it. Let's see. What do I think? So I have a personal bias in this story, just like James. I served in a place called Aboimbise. So actually, this exact place is
Mm.
where I did my service almost 50 years ago. Anyway, so I can't be entirely critical because they gave me a terrible apartment though for like a 4 or 5 month period. And the hospital they had did not have lights. Anyway, let's not get
This
into
is
all of that.
personal.
Yeah, so it's very personal. So it
He's
depends
still
on
angry. He's still mad at them.
it depends
Yeah.
exactly on which angle. Do I favor them because of course I was there for months, or do I just attack them because of course they gave us no electricity throughout the period we were there. Anyway, even if I was working for them in the hospital. Yeah, so back to the issue. I think that as Nigerians, or rather certain cultures in Nigeria have a very transactional relationship with bride price, which frankly, according to the history, that is really what it is actually. It's kind of like a transaction. I give you this, you give me this back. And I think I remember when I was younger, I've not heard that a lot now that I'm older, maybe until I propose, according to James. But when I was younger, there was this idea that um, what you were paying for with a bride price was dependent on how educated the woman was. So if the father, if the family had sent their kid to school, she had like a PhD, she had a master's or whatever it is, you were expected to pay more because of course the assumption was that she's bringing a lot more value into your family than somebody who isn't quite educated. So there is all of that thing going on there. So in a way, I won't lie, I get it. I'm Nigerian, unfortunately, so I kind of understand some of these are traditions. But in the present day, I think there's a movement towards this idea of love being, I guess, the biggest thing. And so you are not supposed to do certain things anymore, even if there was some kind of what's it called? Cultural standpoint from which those things were they were looked all of these years ago. So in that regard, I guess it's not a great idea to be charging to charge so much for a bride price. But yes, but for the NBC people in particular, I know that even amongst Igbo people, even that in that area, they don't have a particularly great reputation. I think Anambra women and Imo women are assumed to be anyway. I don't know. There's all of these things. They have their own politics over there that even we here are not particularly privy to. But I would say that look, if you think the woman is worth it and you have the money, my brother, please pay that bar. That is always what I believe. If you feel like, you know what, it's not a terrible thing, do it. And if you can negotiate lower, the way it looks like James did, then by all means, get your discount and take your bride home. I think eventually, what is most important is this: the two people who are coming together love themselves. The family respects. There's mutual respect between both families. I think the money, no matter whether it's 10, whether it's 1, whether it's 2 naira, I think all of those things are immaterial. to the relationship. So if they say pay 10 million, you can pay it, pay it. If they say pay 10 million, you can only afford 1K and they accept it, by all means, do it. What matters
No,
is
no,
the
no, no,
relationship
no.
itself.
Don't do
We'll
that.
hold
If
on
they
on
say
that. We'll
10
come
million,
back.
let's do 1K. How dare you?
We'll come back.
Somebody's
We'll come back to
girlfriend,
that.
somebody's girlfriend drove home with a Lamborghini, not even married yet. You are now saying 1,000 naira. Take time, Boris.
Thank you. We'll be back to this right after this.
Oh, they told you 10 million. You want to be 1,000 there?
Yes, now. What are you saying? I'm
No, no,
saying that
no,
look,
no,
if the
now, no,
woman,
now.
if listen, it's negotiation. Look, the way I believe in capitalism, nothing is of an arbitrary what's it called value. There's nothing that has its own, rather of an intrinsic
Yeah.
value. All it depends on is will the buyer pay that figure? Will the seller accept it? If there's an agreement,
Buyer and
that's it.
seller. My
There's
God.
not a single thing.
Kai's mentality, this guy.
My
No, but I'm
God.
telling you, look, in a capitalist world, everything is for sale and nothing has an intrinsic value. This tissue here, frankly, can be more expensive than a vehicle if, for some reason, the buyer accepts to pay whatever it is that charge. I'm telling you,
Anyways,
Wow.
that's capitalism for you.
I forgot to include the story of Very Dark Man. So bear with me as we come back to it. Everything I know
Who is
about that
this
man, I
very
know
dark man? Why
against
are we
my
bringing the
will.
discourse low? Which concern a very dark man? Okay, anyway, but yes. Fair.
Exactly. So yes, are we all on it that we don't need to bring it on?
I
Sure, are
mean,
you not the
I'm
producer of the
indifferent.
show?
If
Why are
it's
you asking
interesting,
us?
why not?
You said?
I ain't the
If it's
producer of the show. Why are
interesting,
you asking us?
Because left to me, it will not be there. But it looks like people
Who put
find
you,
it
who was going to
juicy.
put it there then? Who told you to put it there this
what
morning,
was
Sean?
what's the wait, what about it though? What part of the story?
So it's about him being sued by Mercy Chinwo for defamation.
Okay,
Oh, okay. I didn't hear about that.
that's
That's
fine
interesting.
now.
That's it. Of course. What else did you think I was going to talk about?
That's
Everything
fine.
I know about that guy. Today I'm finding out his real name. It's against my will. It's just like Bobrisky or Portable. I'm not a fan.
But it is women like you that are giving these people, what's it called now?
Sorry, what?
Credibility. Women, Nigerian
Which we
women. They are the
No, I don't
ones.
think so. What you mean?
It's women now. What are
exactly.
you saying?
Thank you,
All of
James.
them. Bobrisky,
Who are the
Portable,
them?
what's the other one's name?
Bobrisky is a man.
Yes, I'm telling you that the reason why they are famous is because of women.
It's not women, is it? Take your
I don't think
time,
so.
Oris. Oris, take your time.
I said exactly what I said. Oh, come and carry me to court.
Oris, take your time.
I'm not taking any time. Fight me.
Always go to his comment section and see now. It's not women anything.
No, now what are you telling me now? Whenever they are, anyway, I'll be back or not. Let me
We
speak
are
my
coming
English.
back. Thank you for keeping it locked on Smooth 98.1. You are listening to The Grapevine and you are welcome. Juicy takes and interesting opinion right here that you can share yours as well. WhatsApp line to send the messages to is 0809 444 0981. And you can join us on YouTube where the behind the scenes conversation are always ongoing at Smooth 91 FM. I see this one on YouTube. TGS Tech saying, isn't it wrong to treat humans? The bright price thing should be reviewed. By the way, I have joining me on a Thursday, as always, Oris and James Silas.
Yeah.
No,
Thank you very
no,
much.
no. Was there a network lag? That's not how the year comes in. Joining me is Oris and James Silas.
Yeah, you hear me now?
There's a network thing, Shimon. Just let it go.
There you go.
Oh my God. All right, let's take some messages on WhatsApp. Bimbo says, Oris has girlfriend though, DJ Copy ni.
Ew.
DJ Copy? I
What?
thought that was Irabo.
You know, they always confuse me and him because of our voices, apparently.
Okay, so Irabo is the one, not you. Let's go with Xavier, who says,
he doesn't want.
does
Wow.
Oris want DJ Copy?
Oris is not interested. Sorry.
He's a liar.
He's not interested. I'm sorry. No vex.
She will pay your groom price. You pay your groom price. Don't worry.
I don't want now by force. I'm no money. No money is going to be
Leave
enough.
each other's shirts. Let's continue with this message. Xavier from Bagada says, morning house, Sheung, Oris, and Onyen came. First,
Yeah,
the
my man.
person that that posted that video is mentally deranged. Secondly, it's a family thingy. Third, we the Igbos have the most exotic ladies. Rita Dominic, Genevieve and Naji are from Umbisi. For these premium women, I will pay $1 million. My dad will say, them not they pay bride price finish. Just pay what you can afford and keep it moving. People confuse traditional marriage with bride price payments. Oris, you're right. A lot of Igbo families still do that bride price thing according to educational qualifications. And he further said, David that married Chioma doesn't know what he's doing, Abi. They'll be fine. I will bring buckets for their tears. And Oluwaseun says 1 million naira is cheap compared to some list I have seen. No, let's not go there, I beg. The ethnic groups guilty of these are plenty in Nigeria. We can't continue justifying things like this. And in the same breath, talk about gender equality and rights of women, because many men no go grill, and there are plenty, especially on Twitter. We should speak more on things like this to help women to stop being seen as the properties of their husbands. I have Francis who says, I feel like any girl that would allow and agree her husband pay that huge sum on dowry shouldn't be married to that man because she literally can call the deal on what should be accepted by her family. It's the level of greed between her and her village people for me. I also would call it off. She can be for me. Tayo says, bride price is used for banter, batter, you mean to say. James just unlocked a new level. After all, it has scattered.
Wow.
A single be like, Bona, is that why you're complaining? James is fighting for Oris because he doesn't believe in him not being interested in copy. Copy that. Mountain Lion says, my Yoruba brother was still to buy 44 goats when he got married to an Mbise baby 12 years ago. There is no exaggeration in this matter, contrary to what Kanayo said. No wonder you see some husbands banish their wives' family from coming to their house after marriage. What is not good is not good. Culture can change because humans can change too. All right, I see your calls, but unfortunately, we'll have to keep it to just messages. Now, let's quickly cross over. I thought we were going to take a particular story before, but we are going to cross over to Hollywood and have something from America on this one. And we're going to talk about Jay-Z deciding to sue the woman who accused him. Oris, let's start with you on this one.
Yeah, I think a few people deserve to be taught a few lessons. And so if the person who has been given the mantle of saving us from these ridiculous claims of, I think it was a rape charge,
yes,
or an harassment, and something around that. Yes. And of course, there are people who say that believe women or believe all women. There used to be this thing, I don't know when the Me Too, what's it called now, thing was really, really big. There was this whole idea of believe all women or believe women whenever they say stuff about this. But as we know, look, men lie, women lie, everybody lies. So the people who get accused falsely almost can never really bring their lives back to what it was before. Of course, people like Jay-Z, they're super famous, so it helps that I don't think there's going to be any real, what's the word now? Jay-Z will be fine. But there are many people who will not be fine. And just from an allegation, their lives are kind of ruined. So if this is what it takes to kind of bring this into the public and say, you know what, guys, maybe, just maybe, if you weren't harassed or raped, don't claim that in public. Don't say that, So maybe Jay is the one that's going to save all of us from this mess. So my own view is right on. I hope something comes out of it. I hope he doesn't change his mind. That's another thing. Sometime in the middle of this whole trial, I hope it gets to the eventual conclusion. And it looks like he's innocent. And so let somebody pay for what has been done so that everybody else understands that, you know what, this is a very serious issue. Don't ruin somebody's life out of just a lie. Yeah.
The way Ori said, you save all of us. I don't know. Anyway, these days is what it is. But I love the fact that Jay-Z, just after the woman dropped the case, Jay-Z just said, oh yeah, fire back. And it was well structured. Not just the woman, I think her lawyer, whoever she said allegedly or maybe advised her, will also receive this hit, because I think that is wrong to lay allegation. And the thing is that this system, the American system, their justice system or their criminal system, so to speak, just sort of allows everybody, if you just feel, if you whatever you have to say, bring it on. And they tend to sit on it. And well, for somebody who sort of, I mean, to a great extent, I've heard Americans talk about their system. The fact that first on the list is women, followed by animals. Well, they specifically said dogs, and then there's another group of people before men. So once that allegation comes up like this, they take it very seriously, and I don't know how they get to prove it, but it's important that in this situation where this woman has now dropped the case to say, no, I'm dropping the case. I think we have to be clear. Did she drop the case as in the allegation is true, but I've dropped the case, or I was lying? And in this case, it's looking or it's seeming like she was lying and just sort of came out all out and said, no, this is not true, which is even without Jay-Z suing, I think the states could have taken it up on their own. But now Jay-Z is suing, and I think that they should see it through. And like Oris mentioned, that, at least for people who come to accuse other people wrongly, they should, I mean, they need to feel the heat as well, let the wrath of the law deal with them as well. But I'm also still thinking that they're going to beg, and Jay-Z might just let it go.
Yeah, I suspect
Yes.
that might happen actually.
Yeah.
Well, his defamation action claims that she voluntarily admitted being pressured
Yes.
into making false claims into what he describes as an evil conspiracy, because it has taken its toll in different areas, as well as emotionally, and almost was putting a strain on his family. Because I remember seeing, I think it was at the premiere of Mufasa on the red carpet, where it was alleged that Blue's face was not very pleasant or welcoming towards having Jay-Z and Beyonce, Jay-Z there, whatever people were just insinuating. So fingers crossed on this one. And let's talk about this one, layoffs hitting ABC News as well as Disney's entertainment TV channels amidst so they're reducing in their staff up to about 6%, and that's close to reducing 200 positions because their ratings are shrinking and things revenues also shrinking. Oris?
Wait, which company? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
ABC News and what Disney?
Absolutely. I think these days it's about, I don't know.
No, the
Can you hear me?
No, go ahead.
Oris, you want to talk?
ABC. Is it ABC or which of them is under Disney or which of them is? I'm not even sure anymore. Is it
ABC News?
Is it
Good
under
Morning
Disney?
America.
I know. I'm trying to remember if it's a Disney company or not. Anyway, yes, of course, as you probably would know, every business thinks of themselves before what's it called now? Before their employees. So if it takes layoffs to make the business, the paper, I don't know, I guess the balance sheets to look good, they will almost if not almost, they certainly would do that. And I think this is what is happening. And I think recently there was something about this with Facebook or so. The same thing about just laying off a few people. So I think it's it's okay. I was correct, by the way. It's actually a Disney company. So I think it's sweeping across the big business in the US, but there's only one reason. Somebody has looked at their balance sheet and said, you know what? Maybe we are carrying too much operational costs. Let us cut that down so that our revenue or whatever would look a lot better. And again, since it's ABC is also like a regular network. It's not a streaming platform. And over the past few years, what's it called? The cable has struggled with people reducing what's it called? I mean, payments. Even at Nigeria, the same thing actually is happening here as well. As streaming becomes more popular, more people are cutting back from cable. So it stands to reason that they will try to reduce their operational burden, which is probably what is happening in this case. So I mean, good luck to everybody. The good thing about the US is that people normally don't get laid off without like a decent package, a decent severance package, unlike say Nigeria. So yeah, so I think that's the good thing. And if we could only be that here, it would be better. But we're on a long term.
All right, James.
Yeah, I mean, to add to that, really, it's business, strictly business, and like always mentioned, people will businesses will take care of their business first before even the people that are working for them. So I just see a situation where just maybe it might be time for them to either sell or just change a few things. I mean, look at what happened to Viacom, BET. It might just be the next solution might just be to sell and move, because what might happen if they keep getting this down spiral is you just hear that the station has been closed or they've gone bankrupt. So just maybe it might just
Thank
be.
you. Let's quickly take some messages as we wrap it up. Max says, "Good morning, smooth crew. Mine was not at a
James, can you?
Yeah, the line, I
pictures
think
or
the network
videos."
is bad. I really can't even
Oh,
hear.
Yeah, it's a small
really?
problem. Nobody heard what you
Wow.
said.
Yeah.
Well, I'm reading some messages as we wrap it up. So someone is here talking about, okay, I'll take it all over again so that you can hear it. Good morning, Smooth Crew. Mine was not a restaurant. It was at a church. I'm not a picture person. So I'm always upset when they take my pictures and videos at church. Last Sunday, I was so mad. I was almost going to tell one of the media people to not add me to their pictures or videos. Honestly, I might stop going to church if they don't stop taking unsolicited pictures and videos of people, especially when they're trying to focus on the reason they are in church in the first place. It's so upsetting when people do unsolicited pictures or videos of you. Great show, guys. Well done. Are you sure that's enough reason for you to stop going to church? Or what do I know?
I don't think it
Daya
is. I mean,
says,
but that's heavy, man. That's
Daya says, R.I.P. Roy Ayers, he pushed the boundaries on your soul.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Am I frozen again?
No, I can hear you, Sean. I can at least.
Yeah, so we lost Roy. He's one of those excellent jazzists that we've known. Rest in peace. And going on, he said he pushed the boundary on neo soul. Besides Jay-Z protecting his name, any lawyer representing him should bill him well before settling the matter out of court. He can pay. Are
Why?
you sure?
Why is this the Oh my goodness.
Moving on, AY says this bright price issue will always be controversial as long as it isn't uniform across the 250 ethnic groups in Nigeria. As long as bright price varies from one tribe to another, there will always be controversy. So are we meant to have a uniform bright price now? And Oluwaseun says, attack is the best form of defense. My opinion is forced rape and sexual harassment accusations should be treated the same way as the crime itself. And while Austin from Tesla said, good morning, about bride price, choose 1 million and choose between 1 million naira and 100 lashes of cane. Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen. And to catch you on socials, James.
Yes, James Silas is James Silas everywhere. JamesSilas. If you type it like that, you'll find me on Instagram, James Silas, X, Facebook, everywhere. Thanks for having me, Shehu.
Thank you for being here. And Oris?
It feels a little bit weird that nobody else is bearing James Silas in the world.
No, they
Anyway,
are. Google. Use Google.
Because I mean, it's why are you the only James Silas on Facebook, Instagram, like you say all the time? That seems wrong. Anyway, go ahead. It's Catch on Twitter and Catch on Instagram. But however, it is not Catch on the streets. It's say hi to Reese on the streets. Don't catch me on the streets.
Please catch him on the streets. And it's okay. You can also catch him in videos and pictures of other people as well. So next week, we'll be back on the Grapevine from 8:15 right here on Smooth Breakfast and Smooth 98.1. Do stay with us. My name is Oluwaseun Olusegun.
All right,
Thank you,
guys.
gentlemen.
Yeah,
Next week,
network was
Nayo will
quite
be
bad.
back.
I don't know if it's me or generally.
I think it's from us.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right, later.